The next question is, if the crossing on a check is cancelled, it is called what? Now for that, for answering this question, we should first understand what is crossing. Crossing means what? If there is a check on the left hand side, you add two parallel lines, then it is called crossing of a check. What is the effect of crossing? If a check is crossed, what is the effect? On that check, you cannot get payment in cash across the counter in the bank. You have to deposit, the payee has to deposit the check in his bank account. Only his bank can collect the check and credit his account. So that is the effect. Now a check is crossed, it is already issued in favor of, let us say, one Srinivas Pandey. It is already issued in favor of Srinivas Pandey by one Ranganayaki. The Ranganayaki, now it is already crossed, but Srinivas Pandey says, no sir, I need money. You have to pay me, I am an urgent need for cash. If I go and put it in my account, it will take 2-3 days for clearing. Therefore, please give me cash. Now what the drawer, namely here Ranganayaki, what the drawer can do is, you can cancel the crossing. How they will cancel the crossing? They will put two lines across the crossing and then say, crossing cancelled. Pay cash. This is how it will be written. I will write it. This is the check. It is already crossed. You add two parallel lines. Then this is on modern bank. Everything is there. It is signed. Simply adding two parallel lines with or without the words "unco" is called crossing. Now what is the effect of crossing a check? This check you cannot present across the counter and take cash. You have to deposit the check in your bank and the bank only can collect. That is the effect. So that safety. We know if you cross the check, we know who has received the payment. In an uncrossed check, any bearer can take the money. We do not know who has received the money. But in a crossed check, there is an additional safety. Only we know who exactly has received the money. Now, in this case, Ranganayaki is the drawer. It is in favor of Mr. Pandey. Pandey says, sir, I need money, please give you. Madam, please give me money, I need cash. So what Ranganayaki does is, she cancels the crossing and writes here, crossing cancelled. Pay cash. And signs full. There should be full signature, no initial, please note. The bank will be very, very careful in paying cash to this check. Because there is already a warning, there is already a crossing. And that crossing is subsequently opened. So bank will exercise extra caution before making payment. This should be full signature. Because this is considered as material alteration legally and it should be validated by full signature. Then such action is called opening of the crossing. The question, what is the question? If the crossing of a check is cancelled, it is called as what? If the crossing of check is cancelled, it is called opening of the crossing. And opening of the crossing can be done by cancelling the crossing and write on the face of the check, crossing cancelled, pay cash, and after ascribing full signature below that words. Simply initial or some other form will not be acceptable because it is a material alteration and it requires full signature. And such act is called opening of crossing. Now next question. This is a very nice question. Who is the present governor of RBI? This changes from year to year, once in 3 years, once in 4 years. We have seen several series of governors of Reserve Bank of India. Eminent persons are the governors. Now among the given, who is the present governor in 2016, today, in December? Dr. D. Subbarao, Srimati Shyamala Gopinath, Dr. Urjit Patel, Dr. K.S. Chakraborty. Who is the governor of Reserve Bank of India? The governor of Reserve Bank of India is Dr. Urjit Patel. and he is an eminent economist, he is a consultant, and he was appointed on August 20, 2016 as the new governor of Reserve Bank of India. Mr. Patel replaced Raghuram Rajan, a former International Monetary Fund chief economist who was the previous governor of Reserve Bank of India. So at present, Dr. Urjit Patel is the governor of Reserve Bank of India. With that, we come to the first 25 questions we have completed, and we shall see more questions in the next video. In the meanwhile, please remember, we are updating lot of questions in our 2020 series under GK, in which a lot of banking questions are being updated. Please view them in the portal and continue to look at the various GK developments that are reported every day in the daily GK portion of our portal. Spend a lot of time in our portal, and that will enrich your GK and especially enrich your banking knowledge in a big way.